There we go. Recording works. And we got a screen share. That works as well. Cool. Oh, got about 4 minutes to the open. Let me know what you'll want to discuss. I got nothing on my mind except sit out for a bit and watch the SPY and see if there's an opportunity. Meanwhile, I'll check the economic calendar and see if there's anything to be aware of today. 10:30, Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Is that important?
Avi, when you had a chance, can you please analyze Tesla and Apple, please?
Yeah. All right. Let's do that now. It's not really doing much. Let's put these lines on it. Tesla to begin with. Oop, not that one. Oops. 8 a.m. Which one is 8 a.m.? Yeah, that one. All right. Tesla. So what you can see is it's strong on the previous trading day. It had the previous day's high. It did a breakout. It did a retest of the previous day's high, but it's going inside a choppy zone. Everything looks bullish, basically. So breakout of 292, this area here, would be a good strong breakout for the next move up to about 297.50. But again, I don't like the distance in these levels. For something like Tesla, you might want to skip a level, especially if you're trading at the open. You can just go fast and run through. But so far, the setup is all bullish, and I wouldn't go long at down at the bottom of the 8 a.m. Kind of like go long at the top at a breakout. Let it break out, retest, all that stuff. What was the other one? Apple.
Apple.
All right. Let's look at Apple. There it is, approximately there. Okay. Cool. All right. What do we have? Got consolidation, a good little consolidation. This looks good for a breakout. Just did a breakout, false breakout so far. Came back in. It's interesting. You have previous day's high, which is pretty much down here. It's holding as support recently. I think what would be healthy with Apple is if it comes down at the open, bounces off previous day's high, then finds those new buyers, then does a breakout of that 8 a.m. candle. Then you have a good piece of action to go up. I mean, or it could just break out and go, or go nowhere. But definitely, again, no short. I'm just looking at a breakout of this 210 area. But just because it broke out, did a false breakout just recently, I'd be careful. I'd be very careful. So it's interesting. Let's see what happens. But yeah, again, same as Tesla, just a breakout in that area.
Thank you.
Yep. Cool. All right, so SPY, we're looking at, am I seeing the right thing? It's at 10:30 today. We got some news. And then nothing after that. I'm going to set out the first few minutes anyway. First, 4 or 5 minutes in any case. It's not even in an area where I'll trade it. It's in the middle of the range. And let's see, as we get closer to 10:30, I don't want to be in a position. So if I catch something in the first half hour, okay, and de-risk it as we get close to 10:30. And let's see. I don't really like the look of it. It's been positive. It gapped down. Now it broke out of that 8 a.m. candle, but it's in this messy area. If you go long down here, there's trouble halfway. On a smaller perspective, you have this consolidation and a done a breakout. So bounce off, get a retest and go. Could still be good. Just got to be careful of this area where it is now. Again, this is all dependent, right? It has to calm down and bounce off 10 minutes after the open. Then I think it's okay. Possibly. And that's it. That's all I'm looking at. What do we got here? Alberto, you want to look at Meta. Why Meta? These are old lines, huh? Let's put them there. The 8 a.m. is almost the same. Same thing again. Meta looks like, let's push it back so we can see more. It looks like it's done a breakout of the 8 a.m. area. It's holding above that area, struggling. It's basically yesterday's high. You may want to wait to break through yesterday's high if you're looking at a scalp. Again, I don't see any short opportunity anywhere. It's even made a new high from yesterday's high just now. So that's encouraging for the longs. It might chop around, mess about. Everything might mess about before really going long later. At least for now, everything looks long. pattern-wise. So,
What do you think about Google, Avi?
Google, let's see. Google, well, the 8 a.m. candle is tiny, which to me tells me it's a great big mess. I'd rather not play with it. Let's see. What we have overall, very bullish, came down, and it's just gotten very choppy. So without even looking at specific levels, the price action is very, very choppy. In this area where it's choppy, you don't want to trade it. So breakout of 163 or down from yesterday's low, previous day's low. But in this area, it's telling you that it's choppy. So as long as it's here, it's going to keep being choppy. So to be very careful of. Overall, I think if it breaks, it's going to break long because like it's bullish. This is just a pullback and continue. More likely than anything, that's what would be a good trade is breakout of this 163 area. And then you have, look at liquidity or look at levels, whatever you like to look at.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys, 30 seconds to the open. As always, stick to your trade book. Don't mess around. And really don't get chopped up at the open. Just sit out. If it makes you nervous, sit out of it. It makes me nervous these days. So I'm going to sit out a few minutes anyway. And just keep an eye on things. In the meantime, just let me know if you want to look at anything through the open. About to get going. There we go. Yeah. Things are just not satisfactory. It's great to watch. Again, great to watch the opening price action. Always a good learning experience. You can see again the red line going, and then the candle takes a moment to catch up. And that's telling me that we have that opening volatility in play. And I just wait for it to pass. SPY going through yesterday's high now. What the hell? Boom, it's already gone. Oh no. This thing can move. Let's see. SPY is really interesting. This whole consolidation area is a good place to get out and go from. I can't take it long here. It's in the middle of my levels. There's nothing further up there. Overall, the SPY is really good, really strong. You can see the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle at a key level. There was intraday level on Friday. It was support. Before that was resistance. Before that, it was a breakout support. And this is a key level, 547.39. As long as it's up there, it's bullish, basically. That's what it looks like. And there you go. You don't want to mess with Tesla, right? When it's choppy, it's telling you it's choppy. So, there you go. Yeah, oof. That first candle will be messy. ORB to the downside, maybe. Oof, there it goes. I don't know how you guys can catch this stuff. If you know how to catch it, please share. This thing is just jumping everywhere. We have Apple now getting to a breakout as well. Oof, Tesla's a mess, guys. Be careful. Apple threatening a breakout. Now it rejected. Again, all this ORB stuff, right? See how messy this is? You guys are staying out of this. Seeing you in the chat. No, cars are cheaper here than most places. Taxes and stuff. It's amazing. You go to Singapore, it's like 80% tax on any car you buy, so double the price. Here it's basically free. It's almost no tax, and there's an abundance of supply. So it's an easy place to actually buy supercars, oddly enough, Dubai. Just want to talk about that. Ara for ants. Yes, it's for ants. All right, Apple ORB going down, perhaps. Break that low, just did. But again, it's not a place I'll trade it. I'm not trading it anyway, but it doesn't look good in this area. It's just choppy inside this 8 a.m. zone. Just want to be careful in there. Tesla here, it's up and down and all choppy. Again, it's amazing. Fractal patterns really tells you where not to trade. Not necessarily when, but definitely where. Don't touch it when it's in this area. Wow. This is so nasty on Tesla. Really nasty. Careful with this. Let me set up my hotkey thing. Disable it. You don't want to have those mistakes I had last weekend. Last week with trading in the wrong account and not having the hotkey set up and all this stuff. All that's in place. All right. So it's another boring open, really. Just choppy. Just nothing to really work with. NVIDIA maybe now only. Going for a breakdown on the 30 minutes. See the bottom of the 8 a.m. area. But I mean, it's dangerous. What else? Anyone see anything? Anyone catch anything? Scott, you're looking at Amazon. Right, these lines are all old. Where are my lines? Let's put the right place. All right, yeah, Amazon, potential breakdown. You had the consolidation earlier, then the false breakout. That looks okay on a 30 minute. 1 minute, yeah, you want it to consolidate. It could be doing that now and then go. Careful with that. Want to see something? Look at this. See on the SPY, there's a good reason I don't trade in between the levels. Because just go from one level to the next. You can put stop on the other side of the level, and whatever happens in between truly should be none of your business. This would be hard to trade. Really tough to do that. We've watched Tesla now. Here comes that breakout that we were talking about. Potentially up here. But on a 1 minute, look at that. It's just run up there, right? It could easily push back the other way. So let it consolidate and give you the breakout. On the 30 minute, it looks good to go. Consolidation and then go up in a bullish move, really. So wait for it. Watch this. I think this will be good. It should retest the 291 high, previous high, or B high. That would be healthy. And then go. So this is interesting. Ooh, there you go. Go the other way. What a mess.
Avi,
Yep.
with the on the SPY, would it be a valid setup if it returns back to the 550 area and puts a bullish candlestick there? Would it be a valid retest?
You know what? I think it would be, because you have this consolidation, you have the breakout. It could be a good retest. And what is good actually is this breakout that happened. It so far has had enough momentum to even make a new high. So it's very encouraging for being bullish.
Okay.
The entry would be down here, and I'd probably take that if it happens. I'd still be a little careful up here. This is where I would think about de-risking, and really what you saw me do last week with de-risking was taking size off.
Yeah.
What I really want to try and do is not take size off, leave the size on, but tighten up the stop. So maybe go to break even once it gets through this halfway mark. And then either it goes for a good trade or you're out of break even. That way,
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm looking to do that, but we do have stuff coming out at 10:30. And if the entry is too close to 10:30, then I'm not going to take it. I'll just wait, trade later in the day. Tesla, though, I think, guys, is the most interesting action right now. There you go. Bounced off of the middle of the range. Getting very messy. Ooh. See, this is entering here, is entering with pre-breakout, anticipating a breakout, which is very challenging, I think. Then the next step is the breakout itself, which also is challenging. And the easiest is wait for the breakout to complete, then the retest there. Made a new high. This could be the breakout here. Is it? You see, if you entered right there in the breakout, your stop has to be wide, and you don't know if it's really going to go. It's a false breakout. You don't know. Wait for it to really be a breakout, and then wait for the retest, and then you have the most conviction to put on a tight stop and a big size. This is just challenging. What do we got? Roger, you took Tesla long? Nice, 290. Wow, you're brave, man. You got this. Shane, you're in NVIDIA short. Yeah, it's going. You did the, yeah, look at that. It did consolidate. Reverse ABCD at the 8 a.m. low. Look at that. That would be the 8 a.m. low right about there. 109. You can see it broke through 109, retest. Reverse ABCD pattern, basically. So that's a decent little setup for a short. Yeah, good one. Good. Now wait for the retest. Yeah, it looks like it happened, but anyways. It's all tough price action. I still don't see anything that's simple, clean. There goes NVIDIA. Like momentum trades, it's happening. I think Tesla's a very good example. You can see it's got teeth on both sides. You don't want to touch it. At the same time, it's consolidating for a breakout, which you don't want to touch it in the consolidation or the breakout because it's so messy. And then just wait for the retest. Once it exits this whole area, it may clean up. This is where you want to be careful with your account and don't blow up your account. SPY is still, yeah, not to be messed with. All right, another slow start to the day, huh? These are better, actually. Starting slower is better than starting fast and taking 3 or 4 losses in the first couple of minutes. What's the point of that? Preaching? Shame. Roger, you're looking at Tesla on the 5-minute looks strong. Okay, there you go. Yeah, depending on the time frame you look at, you may see different things, right? And when you enter, make sure your stops and targets are based on the time frame you're entering on. Otherwise, you can just play with your own head, really, just chopping around between time frames. So nothing here, absolutely nothing. Well, NVIDIA wants to go the other way now. SPY is looking very good and strong. Let's have a look. Yeah, this whole consolidation area is fantastic. There's just no entry for me. Up here, just because it gets there doesn't mean I'm going to go long because I don't see consolidation there on a 30-minute. See what to do about it. I'm going to need a whole different pattern. Looks like it's going to be a while today. It's going to be slow. And I'm not going to trade any of this other stuff. You just get stuck with liquidity, so it's not even worth it. Even on something like Apple with options, it's not worth it. Apple looking there for the breakout, perhaps. On a 30-minute looks okay. On a 1-minute, well, seems to be there in the high day. But again, I'd like to see consolidation before the breakout. There it is, new highs, off it goes. Let's see what happens. It's jumpy. Catch that. Ooh. Scary. Again, though, a very solid pattern if you look at it. Apple gapped up. And then on the 1-minute, you have basically an immediate sell-off. And then reclaiming its opening price. And breaking out through there. That's that fallen angel setup again. Very powerful ORB setup for a bullish move. I used to trade this all the time. SPY as well. Okay, everything looks bullish except Tesla. Tesla is not going to go. Well, actually, it's getting better. Smaller candles, tighter consolidation. Let's see if that works. Good signals. Yeah, Brad, lots of earnings this week. So, yeah, do you have an earnings strategy? I don't have a specific one for earnings. I'm still just looking at candlesticks, and if the candlesticks make sense, I'll trade. If they don't, I don't know, I'll go drive my toy Ferrari. Just do that. There's nothing better to do. It was really hot today. It was like 40 degrees Celsius. I was on the bike earlier this afternoon. Oh my God. The air coming into the helmet from under the chin strap area, and just my eyes were burning at the end of it because the air was so hot. Holy crap. Could hardly see by the time I stopped riding. Shit. I can feel the heat here. Ooh. Here goes a breakout on Tesla, perhaps. Let's see if it goes. It's a very good looking consolidation at this point. Ascending wedge. You see the lows getting higher, the flats top. It's yeah, flat top there. And well, that's it. Let's see. Meanwhile, SPY hit the target. There it is. No trade. I didn't touch this because my entry should be down here. Didn't get there. And what I'm seeing really is consolidation in the breakout, and it went to a target. If it still comes back and bounces off, that would be the retest of this whole breakout. This is still just a breakout trade, in my view. So let's see if it does that. Otherwise, I just got to set up something at some other level, which at the moment, I see nothing. So wait and see. Here we go, Tesla. Very interesting. Apple did the whole move, one level to the next, with that fallen angel setup we just talked about. Tesla, as long as it doesn't make a new high, it's not a breakout. It's still a consolidation. So here it is. There's a breakout. Boom. You guys have the ability to catch this stuff? I used to. I used to get 2R trades, but that doesn't satisfy. These small trades don't work long term. But again, that's what a breakout looks like. Consolidation, and off you go. Now looks like it's just holding above there for a little while. As long as it holds there, it's likely to continue. The video turned into a mess, huh? Yeah, Brad, put everything away till winter. I'm gonna go on a lemonade diet all summer. Lemonade and eggs. There you go. Oli, you're looking at AMD. Let's have a look. These are old levels. Anyways, but if you look at it just raw, it was bullish up front, consolidation and go. This is an ABCD pattern, so good setup for a momentum play, but not a good looking ABCD. It's kind of weird. Ascending highs and the flat bottom. I don't know, where would you enter? A tough one. Unless you're able to catch break of high of the day to enter there, perhaps tight stop and you're scalping it up. There's that. I'm not sure how you would enter this one. These levels are in the wrong places, old ones, but yeah. So generally things have moved up. No setup yet for me. Tesla, if I was trading it, would have been a setup, maybe. Let's have a look at it again. Maybe catch the breakout. If not, wait for the retest. Yeah, maybe. It just wants to keep going. Huh? Oops. Sitting up there. 4 or 5 months ago, I would have entered long about here. Breakout retest on a 1 minute, but I don't do that anymore just because of a lot of false signals and false trades. I'm just waiting for a big picture setup here. It's basically a big bullish run. Pull back and a retest. That's the entry somewhere. And there we go. Tesla is really running. Who caught the breakout? Who's waiting for the retest? I'd be waiting for the retest. If I caught it, the breakout, I'd get in some and then add at the retest. It's typically how I like to do it. So let's see. Joseph, all of you guys waiting. Cool. Waiting is the most boring, painful thing on the planet, right? On the planet. But it's worth it when you're day trading. Shit, it's even worth waiting all day and come back the next day. Yes, boring is good. You're doing it right. You're not here for an adrenaline rush. You got to go get that out of the way before trading starts. And when you come here, you can just kind of zen out, you know? And then you're doing it right. So no trade for me yet. I don't anticipate a trade before 10:30 because I have, 40 minutes to go, 45 minutes or whatever. And it's just not worth it. I don't even see a setup on the 30-minute chart. Probably just wait for that 10:30 news to pass and then see if something else shows itself. And today, guys, again, 11 a.m., I'll be in the BBT webinar room for elite members in there. So come on in. We'll do some live trading there. And tomorrow's a webinar, fractal patterns. Fun, huh? Woohoo, Tesla. There's a retest. Catch that if you want. Oh my goodness. How do you trade this stuff? Well, there's a retest. If any of you like to catch volatile retests, it's not how I would like to do it, but it's happening. It might be a day for early coffee break. Yes, go get a coffee break. I'm thinking about taking a nap, man, and come back by 11 and see what happens. Yeah, okay, look at this market. What a disaster. The hell with this. Dan, tomorrow candle analysis. Yeah, so tomorrow, what I've got in mind is to shift our session to Thursday, because tomorrow I'll be doing a webinar. So it's gonna be like 6 hours on the microphone. Let me see what I got here. Yeah, so the webinar is at noon tomorrow. Our candle Q&A and mentorship stuff is at 11. That's not even enough time. 1 hour for this group? No way. So if we do it on Thursday at 11, we'll have, we won't have the restriction on time, and we'll blow up my voice. I can still speak. So thanks for reminding me of that. So I'll put that in our announcements. Change that to Thursday at 11. It's gonna be a busy week. So today, mentorship in the BBT webinar room, and tomorrow a webinar, then Wednesday again back in the BBT webinar room at 11. Thursday we have our session at 11, candlestick stuff. And then it's Friday. And at that point, if I'm not burnt out, there's something wrong with me. So we'll see. Thursday will be all right. I don't want to put restrictions on this stuff. Give it as much time as we want. As much as we can allow it, that's good.
Good morning, Avi. Hey,
Morning.
where's your webinar at tomorrow? On which site? BBT trading terminal?
I don't even know. I gotta figure this out. These are details, I don't really pay attention to details a whole lot. I just gotta ask someone at some point, where do I go?
5 minutes before it starts.
I believe it's in BBT. I'll just check. This is not very responsible of me. I know. Apologies. Take a look. I'll look right now. It'll be on the schedule somewhere. So tomorrow's at BBT at noon in the BBT webinar room.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow there too.
Yep. Fun. Yeah, more fractal patterns. For those of you who are getting lost with fractal patterns, actually, there's a lot more detail that I haven't shared with everyone yet in a webinar format. So I'm going to try and bring that tomorrow. That's the whole point of it. So this will be fun. Here you go, Tesla retest. Is this the retest? There's a bullish candle, there's a 1 minute high. Maybe there's an entry right now. Boom, go long. So the retest doesn't necessarily have to be at the breakout. As long as it's in the upper half of the range you're looking at, it makes sense. So as long as it didn't get down here to this 289.50 zone, retest up there. So I would call this a valid retest. It's a decent looking bullish candle, tiny little wick on the top. That's decent. You know, if you're looking for such things. Wow, Apple came all the way back up. But this market is just a mess. It's so choppy. Patterns are, these days I'm finding patterns are very often failing. Not because of anything other than a catalyst in the news or some tweet or something. Like we saw a few minutes ago on Tesla, it did a good breakup and then it pushed down so aggressively. Everything did. And the way it moved, you can tell there was something that took over the market. Maybe some algos got triggered by some tweet by somebody, you know, something like that. So, yeah, just stay out, conserve your capital for when the moment's right, and then give it your best shot. So still no trade for me. We're getting into the end of the first 30 minutes. And I don't even anticipate anything. SPY. I'm not going to trade it short off of this level. Further down, maybe. Up here, along is what I would consider in this area, maybe. Still got to be careful with it. But none of that's setting up now anyway. Apple's interesting. This could be a better looking retest. You need to print a truly bullish candle, as in the high and the close are basically at the same place. Then the new 1 minute high is the entry, stop right below it, and off you go. So this thing that just happened was a breakout, and that's a momentum trade. Momentum stalled, and then you get the retest. If the retest is complete and it's good, then it runs further than just a little bit of momentum. There's your bullish candle right there. So new 1 minute high would be a confirmation for the entry if you're into this stuff. It's still tricky. You got this area to be careful of. There's that 1 minute high. You may take that entry perhaps. I'd be conservative. I may have taken that entry and then find a way to scale in further out. So not full size. And the stop would be below the area here, maybe 209.90 or something like that. And there you go. You could take it out right there. Yeah, messy market, huh? That's the nice thing about stops. Put them in nice and tight, and when they run, they're much bigger. You don't even realize you had losses because the winners are so big. And then, then it's good. You're not afraid of losses. That's the beautiful part about it. It's so funny, making your winners or letting your winners run makes you fearless about losses in a way. A funny psychology, huh? Anyway, so it's done that bullish candle. Even if it comes back and does a new 1 minute high beyond that bullish candle, does this in the next 5 minutes or whatever, that's still a valid setup in my view. Oh wow, Tesla went all the way back. Shit. Yeah, that's no longer any sort of breakout opportunity. It's just chop. If anything, you'd say it's a false breakout. It came right back. And then potential to break down is in play now. This is interesting. You have a consolidation, a false breakout, which leads to a good breakout on the other side. So keep an eye on that. If the 1 minute sets up down here, the consolidation to the breakout, that could be interesting. Again, we're not in a really enjoyable market environment, I think. I'm just seeing chop. Pretty difficult to trust anything. Shane, you got the NVIDIA short 109. All right, nice. That was a good pullback. 109-ish. All right. There you go. Looks weak. NVIDIA. Okay, Tesla looks like wants to break down. Made a new low. Again, tough to catch these. I'd ideally like to see a consolidation before it goes. Let's see. Maybe it's not gone yet. Maybe it's consolidating now. These are things to watch out for. The new low on Tesla is encouraging. It's telling you the buyers are not really in the game. It's all sellers. Ooh, here comes the SPY right into the place where I'd like to go long, but it's not the right time for such a thing. Down here. So this is the breakout, and now the retest. This could easily work, I don't know, but I'm not going to enter anything until we finish with that news at 10:30. And then we'll see. There goes NVIDIA now. NVIDIA's getting very interesting. It was weak, it did that pullback. Shane got that entry, that's a good one. Let's see, a new low would be really interesting. Yeah, the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle, basically a breakdown. Right there, that's your line. And there it is. Just about 109. Okay, right there. Cool. Whew, the SPY. I want to watch it here. This is very interesting. See what it wants to do. It may not be under the influence of the news, or it might be. I don't know. I can't tell. I'd rather just wait for the news to pass. It's only the first hour of the day. Ooh, Tesla wants to go as well. Okay, things are moving, but again, hard to trust anything. Another new low. See, I don't have a way to enter this kind of price action. Very difficult. Where's Nassim? Are you shorting Tesla again? Blindly every day? Going for 200 today? Are you in the room? I'm short Tesla every day. There it goes now. If you guys know how to catch these breakouts, that's cool. It just looks scary to me. Yeah, SPY's going the other way as well. Definitely no retest for long, obviously, at this point. Things just gone. Oh boy. All right, there you go. NVIDIA as well, new low. So all the signs are there now, all across the board for weakness in the market beyond all that opening volatility. If it's going to be a trending day, it looks like it's going to be a day to go short. Can get the flavor of it now. Yeah. Oh man, I want to short something. Just kidding. So, Khan, you got Netflix short. All right, let's look at Netflix. I haven't traded Netflix since, wow, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years? I don't even know. Look at that, pushed up, gapping down. It's so volatile. Made this low and then the breakout retest. Here's a good entry right there. Anyways, pretty good price action. You can see the structure. You can see the direction and the pullbacks and the little breakout, the retest area. It's there. At least structurally, it's all there on the 1 minute. Let's watch Tesla. What you want is a retest of one of these lows. Oh, but this is a bullish candle. Be careful here. It's all confusing, right, Tesla? What a mess. I mean, look at this chart on Tesla. Look at these candles with wicks on both sides. Now look at another one. Apple. Look at that. I mean, what do you think is easier to read, huh? It's Apple. Pretty obvious. These candles are just simpler. It was choppy, then it exited the choppy zone and got clean. Came back and it's still surprisingly clean, even though that's what we expected to be choppy. Okay, it's past 10 o'clock. We have a new 30-minute candle. And I see a short on Tesla. I see a short on SPY, but the SPY is in a bad place.
So, Avi,
Go ahead.
can you go back on Apple, so please?
You're going to have to speak up. Getting feedback in your mic. Voice is weak.
I don't know what's going on this morning with my. Is there?
Turn down the gain and get the mic close. Try that.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Turn down the gain. The gain knob. If you have one.
There's nothing on. I don't know what's going on. So you wouldn't have taken. I'm sorry. Well, then what's going on? For some reason, I'm having an issue this morning. I was just wondering if you can hear me. If it doesn't bother you, you wouldn't have taken that position because that is right in between two levels, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't trade in the middle of levels. Like entering natural down here, no.
Even though that is an amazing short.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't see it as if it's not where I want it to be, I won't touch it. These levels for me are where I should trade, not in the middle. So just wait for it to get there, and then you take it.
So I'm going to disconnect and I'll get back because I know what's going on.
Okay. Oh man, Tesla. Look at that. Back up, back down, just bearish activity, but oof, what a mess. So we had new lows and now everything's pushing up again. Apple, Nvidia, oh man, even the SPY. Oh shit, there goes that setup I was looking for. Bullish and bullish in this zone. But again, I'm not trading either. My entry would have been about a minute ago, maybe, probably here for that long. But no, nope. Not with the news coming out in 20 minutes. Shit, man. Anyone making money today? I'm sure you guys who understand volatility and breakouts, you're having a good time as usual. But overall, it's just a mess. Well, you're looking at AMD, huh? There you go. Breakout, there's a good looking retest. That wants to go. Nice. Yeah, this looks better than most other things. Well, better than Tesla for sure. Oh man, what's interesting on the SPY is it's put in that reversal long tail hammer. You see that? It's not ideal, but it's there. It's bullish and then reversal hammer. So it's a short according to naked trading setups. But the tail still has to be 3 times as long as the body, which in this case it's not really there. So you might think of a short here, but it's, in my view, it's still more bullish than bearish. I'm looking at this as a level to only go long from, and this is a level only to go short from. Don't want to trade in between. So if that news wasn't in the way, I would have been interested in this long here. But perhaps it's a good thing. I'm staying away from it because I don't know what the hell it's going to do. It's been super weak. Just to have a big reversal, it's kind of unusual. Nvidia, so these highs are here. It's making lower highs. If you look at the action from the morning so far, you can still see a downtrend. But man, this is tricky to see, tricky to trade with. If you're looking at trends like this, very difficult. Daniel, what kind of news? The news is at 10:30. Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Apparently, it's going to impact the market. So just let it come, let it pass, and then you don't have to deal with it, right? You can actually put the risk on with some confidence. At least on the SPY. I pay attention to this if I'm trading the SPY. All these other stuff, tickers, I just trade them as they are. They do get impacted by the news from time to time, but I don't have a reliable way of looking at it, so I just trade it as it is. And you put stops in place. Kim, the levels on AMD, no, they're not correct. That's a good point. I gotta get rid of them. Thank you. They're old. See, that's the 8 a.m. candle. 30-minute 8 a.m. It's not the right place. Hold on, let me get all this stuff worked out. There we go. Let's do it with this so I can turn off the other setting. There we go. Okay, there you have levels now. Just about there. So you can see AMD consolidation, breakout, hit a level, came back, retest off it wants to go. There it is. Yeah, close to the same place. Disable. Okay, there you go. So pretty good bullish activity, yeah? As in for a retest. It's kind of what you want it to look like. You have that bullish candle right there where the high and the close are pretty much in the same place. The new 1 minute high is the entry and stop below it, or you can even go tighter. And it should go to the target. You don't look at it on the way because that'll just mess with your head. And that's it. That's the whole setup. The SPY is doing the same sort of thing. Entry. Well, this is not as ideal. That wick on the upside is not convincing. If you got that entry, stop should be below, or maybe tighten it up. If you're adding in this consolidation, tighten it up and let it run. But it's not as clean. And Tesla. Just gotta let Tesla go. Let it be. Anyone get chopped up on Tesla today? No? No, you guys are all quiet. Oh, man.
Oh, I took one trade, got chopped up, but that was just one trade.
Well, as long as you manage your risk and stop out when you're supposed to.
That was the breakout at around 9:45. Got chopped out, and that. It was good setup though.
Yeah. This one makes sense. This is something I would have entered too, maybe. If I caught the breakout with a smaller size and add up later. Yeah, I see it. For breakout trading, yep, it's there. Oh well. And that's what stops are for, guys. If you happen to be wrong, which most of us are wrong 70% of the time, you stop out quick and you don't blow up an account, you have the ability to come back and do it again tomorrow. That's the key. That's how you survive. And then you start thriving when you figure out how to hold on to your winners. And then things become fun.
As the day it is today, I think tomorrow will be better.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that today. It's just nothing's really setting up. And, just sitting and watching it without trading is actually terribly exhausting. So by the time a setup does come 2 hours later, you might be too tired to pay attention, in which case you shouldn't be looking at it. So you gotta be aware of these sorts of things. Very, very important. So anyway, I'll still be here for a couple hours because I'll do the mentorship stuff in BBT. So let's see. Yeah, slow market. Anyways, guys, I'm still here for another 20 minutes or so. Let me know if you want to discuss anything. We'll end this session at 10:30 and head on to BBT at 11. Webinar room there. What do we got? Brandy, you lost on Tesla. All right. That's good. You can laugh about it. That shows that you stuck to your rules. Hope you did. Rochester, your break even. All right, good. You guys are surviving. That's the key. I gotta say, guys, it's so important. We don't talk about it enough, but it's so important to know when not to touch the market, when to stay away from it. And a lot of times the market tells you, don't touch me, I will bite you. Looking at 30-minute charts where it's choppy, okay, don't touch it in that area. Or you got all kinds of news coming out on the calendar, don't touch it there. If you're bothered about such things, But just being able to not touch it is important. And even just watching the first 5 minutes, you can see if the candlesticks are super choppy or if they're directional. It's choppy like it is today. Look at Tesla. It's got wicks on both sides for the first 5 minutes. Why would you touch this? Why would you even interact with the market? You have better things to do with your existence than hanging out here for an hour and doing nothing and chopping up, really. No point. Yeah, I don't see anything. Holy crap. Anyone want to talk about something before I start daydreaming? My head's just gonna wander off. Sheldon, say something.
How was your weekend?
I bought a Ferrari. So excited. You want to see it? You want to see it? Here you.
Man, I really thought you bought a Ferrari.
I
was
did.
excited.
Is this not a Ferrari? What is this? This is the Ferrari
It is.
Rover. It's got a turbo V8 inside. Look at that. Look, you can see that.
I want to buy a real Ferrari, seriously. Make us proud.
The day I make a $500,000 trade, I'll go blow half of that on a Ferrari. I'll just go straight to the dealership and come back 30 minutes. No, cars make no sense to me. For me, they make no sense because I don't drive anywhere. I don't even have a lifestyle of driving. I already have 2 cars or 2 vehicles that are just toys, really. Oh, man. I can hear the birds chirping outside my window. They sound nice. Well, it's better to listen to them than to look at this market.
Avi, does SPY look like priming up for ABCD breakdown?
Let's see. Yeah, potentially. If you're looking at the low here, the ORB area, this is the whole ORB area, it broke out, false breakout, and broke out the downside. It's rejecting it now, so you might be able to see that. Yeah, reverse ABCD off of the ORB area, and then you really want to look for the low, the break of the low. But again, it's so choppy. This is not even looking like a good ABCD. This is more likely to just sit there for a while.
This is the heartbeat market in ECG.
The heartbeat market? What is that? Explain that. PCT.
Like,
I don't even...
Yeah, the ECGs. Have you seen that?
Oh, oh, yes. I see it. Love it. Just back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. What a waste. I was all excited to come trade this week. I don't want to trade anymore. Cool hand average. Yeah, the scale matches a real one. That's why I got it. It's a scale. It's not a toy. It's a scale model with the interior and everything. I figured that'll help me with the stupid little fad that I got going on with this Ferrari that I want to buy. I put this little model here. It's like I feel like I already got it. So that's it. It's over. Don't need to go throwing money around at supercars. 80-20, right? Yeah, get a little toy. Farzan, yeah. My kids play with this thing more than I do. They're gonna break this model. I'm gonna be pissed. Then I have to buy a real one. They're playing with it all night yesterday. Shit, man, the thing is too powerful. It's like 600 horsepower or something like that. You know, it's supercar performance basically. And I'm no race car driver. I don't know how to handle all that. It's just fun. Wow, look at this mess. It's going nowhere. Tesla's going nowhere. It's going to get more and more choppy. If you guys have the order book, you probably see things clear out before the news comes out. That happens quite often. You can see it on Bookmap. All that fun stuff. What are you saying, Ratchet? Tesla found support. 248 on 5-minute chart, so strong. 300 today. You're looking for 300 on Tesla. Okay, let's look at it. Let's see. 5-minute chart, 284. Yep, it found support. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's a big consolidation. False breakout, false breakout. I mean, this is just messy. Yeah, if it breaks 295, if it gets there, consolidates, 5-day break, then you got room to run. But this is choppy. This is choppy. This is just not a place you want to play with it. Go for a higher day break today if it shows up. All right, you're in Google. All right, let's have a look at Google. Ooh, look at that. Descending wedge. Looks like a good breakdown. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Right on time. New low. There it is. There's a breakdown. That's a good little setup. What are you saying? All right, 162.90. I hope you're short. 162.90. Where the hell is that? That's up here. You went short here? Really? That's amazing. How do you pick that up? Now you got a good breakout. This looks good to go down. Oh, Google, not Google. You guys. All right, that makes a little more sense. Still great. I mean, we got a good action. Same kind of candlestick pattern. Yeah, that's a good setup. If you're looking at these breaks, intraday breaks, what's happening? Oli, what do you say? Chart area config. There's a checkbox. Show options trade. Yeah, we can do it. It also shows stops on the start, but not sure if you. Yeah, Oli, I've had that. I've used it in the past, and it just confused me. I'm looking at the charts. I'm like, wait, did I accidentally trade the underlying, not the options? And well, wait, what just happened? I have to check the positions window and confirm it. Yeah, it just messed with my head, so I removed it. And now, if I'm trading options, the executions are on the options chart, and that's it. I don't want to show it across different charts and get all confused. Yeah. Stuff like that messes me up, so I'm gonna just get rid of it. That's what happened with that SPY trade, huh? Fast to go. I would have got in there somewhere. May have not even survived the chop because I typically would be adding in and tightening the stop and probably get stopped out or something. Or maybe I'd still be in it, but then the time decay would be nasty. Either way, hard to manage. The setup is all still there. It's still pushing up. It's still ready for the next level. But that's just blindly looking at it without knowing that there's news in 10 minutes. Just candlesticks. There we go. Little tiny breakout, micro breakout of this area right there. Let's see if that wants to run. Going right into the choppy zone, the ORB zone. Breaks there, and then you get the next level. On a 30-minute. Yeah, that's messy. See, this candle rejected. If this candle goes and closes somewhere in this area, wherever, in the third candle, I would consider it as a breakout of a consolidation. It's an hour and a half after the open. So still time before it sets up, if that happens. Plenty of time. At that point, I'll probably want to go to sleep anyway, so forget about it. Well, guys, last 8-9 minutes or so. Let me know if you want to talk about anything other than little kids' toys and choppy candlesticks. Anyone looking at the order book on any of these tickers? Anyone see any, is it clearing out before the news? It's always a little insightful. You can see on Bookmap specifically, that'll be interesting. See it on things like Tesla or Apple or any of these big stocks.
On Tesla, it's not getting cleaned.
So it's still there, huh? Still
Yeah,
has its. Okay. Well, let's see.
Look
It
at
might
the
have,
video, for example, to see whether if it's getting cleaned or not.
well, keep an eye on it. It might just happen a minute or two before the news, you know?
Okay.
That's something to watch out for. It gives you a little indication of whether it's going to be it's going to get jumpy with the news or what.
Is it
Maybe-
the F30 is the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index? That's how you look at?
Yeah, it's on Trading Terminal, the economic
yeah.
calendar. Yeah, that's
I
it.
usually look at the one that has 3-star impact. This one has 2. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm just saying that this one is 2. So I'm not sure how much of an impact it's going to have.
Yeah, if you're trading these tickers, I wouldn't be bothered. Don't even bother with it. But since I'm looking at the SPY, I'll look at the 2-star ones, 2 and
Okay.
3. The
Understand.
SPY always gets impacted. Yeah. So, gosh, what a mess the SPY is. You know, it's just so hard to freaking put on a position and let it run just because of this action. But, you know, I've been looking at it, and really, the strategy still works very nicely on the SPY, where you put it on from one level, let it run to the next level, even though the in-between is very hard to look at. So I keep de-risking. But realistically, there's a lot more money to be made by just letting it run, because 90% of the time it runs. It runs means it just goes to the next level, and it goes beyond a lot of times. So you just gotta not look at the chart somehow after putting on a trade. Those are the best. You know, you really get your 5 and 10 hour trades regularly. Otherwise, a lot of these 10-hour trades for me are turning into 3-hour trades just because I diluted too much halfway. Like at this point, 552, I'd be taking off half the position typically. But that's turning into a bad habit, I think.
Hey, Avi.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. I was kind of observing and looking at this $5 increments, knowing that usually big buyers or sellers are sitting there. And if they're close, like you say, in the area by your Fibonacci levels, wouldn't that make it even stronger for a reversal, let's say, or continuations?
Yeah, if you're looking
Like if
at
this, like the same example here, reversing on SPY, it went through the $5 increment. Usually, when it gets into the, like at this instance, it was into 5.49, and then it makes that reversal once it goes through that buyer, I guess. So
Yeah,
if
so
it's close to an Fibonacci level, I'm saying those $5 increments, it kind of works even more in your favor.
yeah, there's that. So basically using the order book to confirm the strength of the levels, or something's likely to happen at the level. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I used to use that a lot. I used to put levels on my charts and then confirm them with the order book, and then pre-plan trades with that. You can do that if you like. No big deal. I have no problem with that. For me, though, what I've discovered is just watching purely candlesticks at these levels, I'm basically getting the same information, and I don't have to waste energy on looking at the level 2.
Yes, I'm not looking at the order book just because I usually know that all these $5 or $10 increments, usually big buyers or sellers are there. So it's a matter of fact if it's going to make a reversal or continuation there by watching the candles and the way you do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Round numbers. This is what, just about 550 down here. That makes perfect sense. So something's about to happen there. I don't know what, but something, right? That makes sense. And let's say, for example, even if I got into the position with the stop here, and let's say I held it all the way, I wouldn't hold it precisely to the top or even to that top there. I just see 553, getting close to there. That's close enough to the target. Just take it off. Take off 90% up there, or something like that. That's how I do it. You don't have to get too precise about levels. Think of them as zones even. And so round numbers give you a pretty close idea. There's a round number in the area, like over here. 553, that's it. That's where I take off the trade. So think of it that way. And there's many ways to use confirmations. Many ways. Round numbers is a nice and easy one, right? Very easy. You know what a round number is, right? If you guys don't know what a round number is, don't ask me. Ask someone else. But it's pretty straightforward. And yeah, I like that. It's quite good. Remember when we traded Tesla at 420 forever? Every time it got there was something. All the time. That was just a sticky number with Elon Musk doing all his crazy stuff.
Yeah, Tesla usually respects those numbers. Like today, it reversed that round number.
Yeah, 295 at the top. Let's look at that. Yeah, just about 295, close enough. Down here, 285-ish. There you go. $10 measure move if you like to look at it that way. What a mess. Sheesh. All right, a minute or so to the news. I'll watch the news and all this stuff with you guys, then we'll end this session. And we'll try not to fall asleep in the BBT webinar room at 11, all right? Let's see if we can catch something there. Otherwise, come back tomorrow and try it again. Do it all over again. So I'm going to watch, I think Tesla, and well, I'm going to put everything on a 1-minute chart on my screens. And try to watch it as we get into this news in a moment here. 30 seconds to go. Let's see what it wants to do. Check the order book now, guys. If you have it, you might see stuff clearing out, especially on something like Tesla. Okay, what's going on? Is it jumpy? Yeah, you can see that. It's a little bit, things are jumping a bit. There you go. Nothing too crazy yet. What's interesting is the SPY is, no, I don't like it. It's a mess. I'm not going to trade it. I was thinking it'd take a long down here if it comes here, but no, it's a mess. Just let it be. This SPY is moving around. Other things, not so much. There you go. That's pretty good to see. SPY does get impacted by the news more than any other tickers. There you go. Might have some weakness on Tesla now for breakdown. NVIDIA. Tesla actually looks decent for a short. Anyways, these are all broken patterns. This is all just algorithms reacting to the news. Gosh, I want to short it here on a 30-minute chart, but it's really not in the right place. It's very tempting. It's not there. Anyone trading this volatility? Anyone able to catch any of this? Basically, it looks like shorts so far. Joseph, not yet. Wait for it to pass. These setups all day. There it goes. SPY looking good for a breakdown. Break that previous low at 10 a.m. Could be interesting. That breakout trade that I was looking at earlier is just not valid anymore on the SPY. Just not there. See the breakout and then it bounced, but then it printed this candle, which is so bearish. It's incredible. Just looking in hindsight now. Without the news, I may have taken that long. Probably have taken a stop by now, but then you can't just look at it. You gotta look at it real time. So at that candle closed, and that changes the dynamic here. The first 30-minute candle. Something to learn there. This whole area is just turned into chop, really, which is what it's been. So here and here. So really, I'd say the trades are short down in this area or long up in this area. These are breakouts. So it's going to take hours for it to get to any of these places and then consolidate. and then maybe. And usually that becomes really late over here, so what's the point? It's actually saying holding in video short. Oh, since 9:45. Ooh, look at you. Still holding, huh? It's not gone anywhere for a while, but you're still holding. Cool. Cool, man. He's saying showing lots of buyers at these low of day levels. Oh, yes. So lots of buyers, if they make newer highs, which you have here, you have newer lows, higher lows. So there's a low here at 10, low at 10:30-ish. That's higher. So there's a signal. Not exactly a clean double bottom, but it's a signal. The highs are getting lower. That's not. The lows are getting higher. Oh my gosh. Can't think. All right. And now everything's pushing upwards. Everything's all going together, really. All right. Today's not a Ferrari day, okay? Can't put on a few thousand contracts and let it run. It's just not that day. I think we'll use that term. It's a Ferrari day or it's a nothing day. There's nothing in between. Forget about it. Go all in or forget it. It's a bit of a mindset thing, isn't it? Plastic or carbon fiber day. There you go. Listen, if it's not a Ferrari, I don't want it. I'd rather do nothing. Simple enough, right? Oh, man. All right. It's a whole lot of nothing. Great big choppy mess. Let's end this session. Be back in about 20 minutes to the BBT webinar room. I'll go in there and open it up. And we'll try and crack some jokes in there and have some fun, huh? Hope you guys
Drive
did
safe,
okay.
Avi.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Avi.
Yeah, so I'm going to go drive the car for 20 minutes. Go back. Yeah, cool, Han. You got a question here before we get offline?
Thanks, Avi.
Yeah. All right. All right. Cool, guys. Take it easy. Catch y'all in a little bit. BBT webinar room, 20 minutes. Come on in, and we'll convert a few people, huh? Tell them all about Avi and Ferraris. See ya.